He say, basement, boxing towel. You know I'm a warrior, right? Fuck that, I'm a champion. Basement, boxing towel. Left, right, jabbed in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. Basement, boxing towel. Left, right, jabbed in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. I'm feeling cocky. I hit a thing to beat the ring, a boof up like I'm Rocky. ASAP. Any opponent think they can stop me. I stay strapped. With a chop, tryna learn my moves so you can copy. You gotta give it your all. Gotta give it your all. When you're back against the wall. When you're back against the wall. When you the one people call. When you the one people call. To keep greatness involved. To keep greatness involved. Basement, boxer talk. Left, right, jabbed in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. Basement, boxer talk. Left, right, jabbed in the hook. Better protect.
It's your boy Basement Boxing Talk coming to you live. And we got my good brother, my co-host, good brother Black Star Sports TV in the building. Give him a round of applause.
What's up, man? Yes, sir.
Hey, another week of boxing, man. Another week of boxing, man. Another week of boxing.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, we got one today, man. They got one today that can make me real happy.
I'm gonna let you freestyle. Go ahead.
Yeah, that day going and well, twofold really, because I need Moses Itauma, or how you would say his last name. I need him to be the real deal, because the heavyweight division needs some new blood. Needs something fresh coming through there, because everybody else is almost ran through. So if he can come in and add some more excitement to the division and come out here and get this win today over Dillian Whyte, which I think he will, that's a good thing, and that should be encouraged. And because if Dillian been able to run his mouth and say all that stuff and avoid a whole lot of smoke, that he ain't never, and it's time for that to be called up on. I still want to see the Dillian Whyte Deontay Wilder fight. I think it still calls for that to happen, because especially if he loses today, that's gonna put him right down there with him. So come on down here, let's get together, let's have it, man. Still some money to be made. Everybody that had their laugh on Wilder and everything, but I'm rooting for him to retool himself. See a little something, but I want to see more. And I like to see a fighter who been done that way come back and make amends for itself and turn it around. Everybody got so much to say about the guy and everything, and how he lost to Tyson Fury. And Bing Bang Zang, which that's still as slow as he is, I don't know, but I already know that he done been knocked off into something else now. But he needed the right people in his corner. He just, that was the biggest thing he done wrong in his career to me, is he should have got somebody in there that's more solid, that knew the heavyweight division, and really could help him, man, and guide him through these things that he's been going through. He getting cats that's totally green trying to run him through there. Mark Breland, he took a lot of the bows and arrows and everything, and maybe rightfully so, but that was the best he had going in that corner. Since then, I don't know. He should have had somebody like Ronald Sims, Ron Sims, Coach Ron, or shoot.
Salute to my man Sir Ken in the building.
Sir Ken in the building, man. Salute Sir Ken, man. Hope you doing good today, brother. Yes, sir. Good to see you. Yes, indeed. Man, that
So you saying you want to see Dillian Whyte be dethroned today?
I want him done dirty. I want him be so bad he have to take that Wilder fight.
All right, since we're on the heavyweight division, we gonna keep talking about heavyweight division. Well, what's your thoughts on Jared Anderson not accepting the fight with Baby Miller, and now Big Baby Miller is fighting? I forgot who he fighting. They fighting that the fight ain't on. It ain't he ain't started Sir Ken, not yet. Dillian Whyte. Nick Ball should be fighting now, and then he should be coming on next.
Yeah, I know they were saying that Wilder turned that fight down too, but I can understand right now why you would turn the fight down, because he in the middle of a transition, and that jump shouldn't be made yet. He need to have a few fights where he just knocking up some bums for a while, getting his mind confident and starting to build himself back up. Get some knockouts maybe if possible, because it seemed like I don't know, he done had so many hand injuries and things. It don't look like in the last fight that he hit as hard as he normally would.
Okay. So I want to clear some things up. All right, I want to clear some things up. They were supposed to be making a big Baby Miller and Michael Hunter fight, but Don King came out during this week and stated that Michael Hunter is his fighter, and he's putting cease is something I can't pronounce it right now.
Oh, cease and desist.
Cease and desist.
Uh-huh.
And Michael Hunter is his fighter, and Michael Hunter will not be fighting on that card. He'll be fighting for a championship on one of Don King's card. So we got Jared Anderson, who pulled out the fight. We have Michael Hunter, who was supposed to be there supposed to be in the fight. Now Don King saying he's not participating in the fight. So I think Big Baby Miller he might be stuck in an unfortunate situation right now.
I wouldn't mind seeing a Jabba get in there and take that fight.
F.A. Jabba versus Big Baby Miller.
Yeah, him. Him. I could see him. I could see hell, Ajit Cabayal. How you say? Man, them one of them names, man.
Right.
I could see him in there. I could see Joseph Parker. One of them guys, but I know he ain't got the pool to get them. They ain't gonna take no risk on a fight like that. But honestly, man, Big Baby Anderson should have took that fight, man. It's time for him to go and clean that up and get that big mouth dude out the way, because but I'm confused on him, man, because he seemed to be a guy that's lacking confidence too. He don't believe in himself, and he had that loss with dang it, what's that, the African dude? He just lost to Parker.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
And
Dewey, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. But he needs to go on and jump back out there and just being inactive is the worst thing for somebody that's got confidence issues. All the old school fighters, when they had that happen and they got in that way, they trained to put them back in the ring. They put them in the gym and kept them in the ring. And made sure that they got their mind back right and get their confidence up and get back on their grind the right way. And that's where I think Wilder is, and I think that's what he need to be doing, taking all this time off and take it seriously, man. He don't seem to be taking it serious to me, because he can make Jared Anderson.
Yeah. I think Jared Anderson is he's a young guy he might be a little bit confused, man. I think when some of these guys get some of this money and everything, like a lot of pressure build up on, maybe not too much maybe from social media, but social media and then family pressure.
Yeah.
Being an adult, you know what I mean? It's different pressure when you're a boxer and people are assuming you're getting lots of money. We say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lots of money.
That's
I don't
true.
know. I don't know what Jared Anderson got, but I'm just saying, like, I can see a young guy of his caliber, some of the things he has been through in his life, and then the pressure of a lot of people depending on you, and then you go out here, and he took a fight that he shouldn't took.
True.
I seen interviews that Bob said that he advised Jared Anderson not to take the fight, but I believe it was more or less a money issue. Jared was offered something that he'd never been offered before, and he went out there and he might have underestimated this man a little bit.
Yeah,
and he was shocked. And like you say, fighters need to stay active. I believe that without all sense.
Yeah.
Just especially to get that confidence builder back. And I don't think Jared Anderson hasn't had that confidence builder fight, maybe to take on a Baby Miller, which I'm not saying Baby Miller is anyone, but he is a heavyweight. He is a big guy. He can't hit.
Yeah.
So I mean,
he ain't no cakewalk.
It's some other things I done heard it. I would not discuss online, but we discussed off air, to where he's probably not fighting soon.
Yeah.
But okay. I gotta we're gonna keep it moving. They came out with the Canelo and Terrence Crawford undercard this week. I was kind of disappointed.
Don't like it?
I don't like it.
Well, only fight that really stick out to me is the Lester Martinez fight. I do want to see that one.
Okay.
I definitely want.
And let me know why that stick out to you.
Yeah, because Lester Martinez is an up and comer, and he gonna be he gonna be a hell of a opposition. And trying to remember who he fighting, but it's a decent matchup too.
Salute to Eric Walker who watching. Salute good brother. Thanks for coming through.
Salute Eric Walker in the building. What's going on, homeboy? Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's one of my old homeboys from back in the day. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one, man. Because I like Lester Martinez. He's an up and coming star. I think he's gonna be a big deal in boxing. The guy, I wish I could remember who he's fighting. He's fighting somebody pretty decent as well. So it's a good matchup as far as that fight goes. And that is one that definitely picked me up. But I can't remember the other undercard fights. Do you remember those?
Yeah, Caleb Wallace versus Fernando Vargas Jr.
Yeah, well, that's just Fernando Vargas' name, and to keep the Latino fans interested.
And then we got Muhammad Akili versus John Ornelas. Never heard of the guy.
Yeah, that's just a feel. That's just put something in there and fill up, some time till the next fight come on.
Yeah, so I was kind of disappointed because I mean, like, these probably the pay-per-view or main event fights. I know I heard Steve Nelson supposed to be on the undercard too, fighting out of the Terrence Crawford and them camp. So I mean, maybe the preliminaries might be better than the main event card.
Yeah, see, right here, these fights like this, boxers is not really paying attention. Like Deontay Wilder should have ran to get on there fighting a bum just to get it on there. That would have added something. People want to see him, the progression. It don't got to be no tough competition yet. Everybody know what he's been through. Man, when Mike Tyson won the title, when he got undisputed, he fought 20 fights straight in a row. He was fighting 2 times a month, bop, 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 knocking out, going through the bum of the month. By the time he got out there with the top quality, he was as sharp as he could ever possibly be. And he needed that because he was going against some, you had Larry Holmes, Tony Tucker. Tim Witherspoon. You had all them boys in there. Shoot, man, who was Pinklon Thomas? All them guys in there that was a head waiting on him. That he knew that I might have to fight these cats. Ain't no possibility of ducking because it was a tournament. So he had to be ready for whatever. And he went through that sucker like gangbusters. But when he got there, he was so hungry, he was so raw, he was in premium fighting shape, mentally and physically. So that when he got in that ring, it's routine, man. And especially Mike Tyson then, man, it's fat. You know, people always talk about the power, but the speed was the killer, because he would get up on you and release on you so fast. A lot of times they didn't even know they got hit till after they got hit.
Exactly.
Man, wait a minute, I'm on my back. How you do that? You know, and man, you know, and that's the thing. But taking advantage of that, and that also is going to get these fan bases to take a look at you, and it's good for the sport. It's good for the sport because the more names you got on there, they don't always got to be fights of the centuries. But if you got one big fight like that and you want to fill the undercard, you want people to come early, buy all the popcorn, drink all the drinks, buy all the t-shirts, get the bumper stickers, and you know, whatever else y'all want to give out. Put these people on there, because now I got a reason to come here and get to the fight, you know, 4:30, 5 o'clock. Make sure I got to hurry up. Wilder gonna fight, so let me check the Wilder fight out. Let me see who else could have been on that fight, man. The battle of the big babies could have been there. That's a perfect spot for it. Anybody who wants a lot of people.
Anderson backed out.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that type of fight would have been nice in that spot, because now you getting the eyes, you getting the.
But that wasn't on that card though. That wasn't on that card. That was on another card.
I know, but you know, I was just using it for an example.
It should have some type of meaningful fight, some type of fight showing somebody was showing some type of progression.
Yeah, like a Manny Pacquiao. Put a Manny under there against somebody. Manny got a little time for a fight, a big fight. Fights a bum. Anybody just want to see Manny? Just a little go through fight. You know that. You know those things are important too. People don't. You know, like Earl. Earl come back for a fight. You know, he fighting somebody, but he don't want to fight nobody lower class. But why not? Hey man, just imagine if you saw that name on the undercard of that. You're gonna come early. You ain't gonna wait till I'm gonna get down here because the main event ain't gonna happen till then. You coming early. I'm gonna get that extra thing of popcorn. I'm gonna get that extra beer. I'm gonna get me a sandwich or something, because I'm gonna be here all day. You know, I'm gonna be here a while. So you're gonna have a time to drain my pocket real nice. You know, I'm gonna buy the new Earl Spence t-shirt. I'm gonna get the Canelo or the Bud or whatever your flavor is. And then you make it an event. Then you have the ambiance, because a lot of fighters are going to be there. A lot of entertainers are going to come. You really maximizing it, because you having, Bok Choy versus Mong Choy. Yeah, nobody care about that, man. No, it don't do nothing for boxing.
That sounds like a fight card that you don't turn on to the main event.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there at the very last minute. They going to the ring yet? I ain't even worried about it. I'm gonna sit out here and holler. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm see what the fight gonna do though. It's fights right now. Yeah, nobody care. That's a waste of everybody's time. But you maximize it like that. I think that's the best thing, man. Who else? Let me see. We could come up with a hell of a fight card. Just. And they ought to really do stuff like that around the country. They got to spread their stuff around, man. They always having the fights in the same places,
I'm glad you say that. I'm gonna stop you right there. There just for one moment. Fights in the same places, and you saying just some type of fight. All right. With that being said, the announcement of Boots Ennis versus Lima. And I'm saying that to say because Boots is fighting again in Philadelphia. Sir Ken said Dillian Whyte just entered the building. Appreciate you, Dylan. Appreciate you, Sir Ken. Keep us updated on it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, sir.
Boots Ennis is fighting once again in Philly. Maybe his third, fourth straight home fight versus a guy named Lima.
That fight should be on that undercard. That's the perfect one. Because if you want to also, and if you is Eddie Hearn, you should be pushing for that, man. You ain't got to sell yourself to Philly. Philly already got you. They whatever you're gonna do, they got you. But if you want some more eyes to see you, some more, to build your fan base to where you can travel with it, and grow yourself to a stardom, you go on an undercard of a fight like this and fight somebody, and that's what somebody check you out. How many fighters back in the day that we discover on Tuesday night fights?
I agree. I agree with you.
But
I agree with you.
you
I
got
just
the
think I
yeah.
just think on the business side of this thing, the reason why Boots is fighting at home is maybe the sellout crowd is helping. Maybe because I don't believe, and I'm not got nothing against Boots, but I don't believe Boots will sell out nowhere else as a headliner.
No, not right now.
Not right
Not
now.
right now. No.
And I only say that due to his opponents. The opponents that he's been fighting. Now, if he would have got in there with a Charlo somewhere, oh yeah, it'll sell out. You can take that to Brooklyn, you can take it to Vegas, it'll sell out.
Yeah.
You get Boots in there with a Earl Spence 54, hey, it'll sell out. But I think just because the opponent's Boots has been fighting, mathematically, it might be just best to fight in Philly.
Yeah, because Boots is the perfect fighter, because the thing is, he had the Salido Promotions, really didn't do a whole lot for him. You got Eddie Hearn now, somebody who has the power that can really push it. And right now, sitting where he did, he allowed Earl and Bud to fight. He waited. You know, his time is, he just about, if he keep messing around, he gonna let his best years kind of slip past him before he finally gets up and hits that next level. But if you was on the undercard of a fight like this here, because the black community, we know about him. We know Boots. But for him to really spread his fan base, he need to cross over. If he can get into this undercard on here with Canelo and all that, then you got the other worldly fans looking in that know something, but they ain't really, man, because he ain't had the big fights like you say. But even though he's fighting a bum today, you'll see the skill, and you've heard of him. So okay, the guy kind of looks like something. Okay, now you got some more people that might want to follow him along. Let's see what he's gonna do next. Pique the public interest more, so that when you do get that big fight, and he need it, he need it bad. That Virgil Ortiz fight, need it, gotta have it, and he should be having his foot on anybody that's somebody.
F.A. Kickman said he agreed. That's why Boots is staying home to sell out. He's not fighting anybody. And he come back and say, got to get a bigger name to fight. I agree, and that's what Black Star was just saying. We agree with you, F.A. Yeah, Boots' last 3 fights, man. And see, man, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I just want to touch this basis. This situation could have been avoided a long time ago if Eddie Hearns and them would have gave Brian Norman the extra $250,000 to fight, bro. Instead of him rematching a guy that he didn't already beat, he would have been fighting Brian Norman for another title that would have been helping him on his way to be undisputed. He would have been unified, but he'd been on his way to undisputed. And Boots could have had 3 titles by now at 47.
Yeah, but the thing about that was, even that fight wouldn't have picked, because then nobody really know Brian Norman until he knocked Sasaki out. Then everybody's like, oh, snap.
It doesn't matter. He got a title, bro. He got a super title. At that.
Yeah, well, he would have had that. He'd had the cachet, that's for sure.
Even if they made the fight, Brian Norman was willing to take that fight in Philly, bro.
I don't understand that one.
And that's what I'm saying, because you chose not to go that route, but you gave Catherine damn near the same money that you offered Brian Norman. But you could have just gave a couple $250,000. And to me personally, I look at looking at his business. I take that as I'm buying a title.
Yeah. Now I wonder whose fault.
Yeah, you froze up on me.
bit. That's some of the words that's going around anyway.
Hey, hold on. Repeat yourself. You froze up for a second.
So I wonder who's responsible, because I know there had been words going around and people have been accusing Boots of ducking certain fighters. And I can't confirm or deny it, but I just like to know who was responsible, because those are some fights that could really advance his career and get his name and really juice him up.
So also, it also came out too. It also came out on Twitter this week that Boots had posted that he sent an offer over to Jose Ramos. He didn't say. He said Ramos. He didn't say Jose. He said Ramos. Okay. So Jose Ramos comes on Twitter and says he sent my uncle Abel a contract, not me. Abel was at 47. They sent the contract for Abel to come up and fight at 54. Not Ramos, that's the original 54 pounder.
Shoot. I like to see him go ahead and fight Madrimal. What's his name in 54? The one that beat the hell out of Tyson Sue.
To boost offense, he said he told Turkey out of Sheep that he needed 2 tune-up fights.
See, that make me kind of look at Boots a little funny on that one, man. He should be a raving lunatic right now, ready to fight. He should be a killer right now mentally. All this training with ain't nobody fed you no victims. You in that, putting all this work in, all this time, waiting, watching Earl, watching Bud. And you stepping aside and letting all that happen, and you miss your chance at 47 to become undisputed. You get to 54, you in there now, but you ain't really made an impact yet. What you waiting on? It's time to get at it. Take a survey of 154 and see, okay, where I'm gonna do the most damage. What can I do? What move can I make that's gonna put me in a position where can nobody ignore me? Who can I fight? Pick that guy and be on his tail, man. I mean, he go to 7-Eleven, you show up. He go on there and get him a hot dog. You stand there with the big up, talking about, yeah, man. So when we fight, you put some pressure on him. Bring the camera with him or something. Go right to his kid's school. Wait for him to come out. Look at his kids. Say, excuse me, little lady. Smack the hell out of him with a camera crew. It's desperate times call for desperate measures. Now, people gonna overlook you. You're gonna have to make your own. You have to make your own excitement. You can't sit back and wait. All these people in boxing, they like to sit around and plot and strategize, and everybody plotting in the best interest of everybody else. There ain't nobody thinking about you. Even I wonder about Eddie Hearns too, because Eddie can do something, more for him than what he's doing. He ain't doing it.
Look what your boy Sir Ken said in the chat. He said most of these fighters they see the Philly area code come across their phone and they're not answering the call.
Yeah, them Philly fighters tough, man. Philly fighters tough.
Moving along. I'm glad you said it's sometimes you gotta it was something you just said. I can't remember the exact words you just said. But coming out of the struggle. It's been announced. Your man, Keith, one time has called out Fandora and is supposed to be in the makings. Keith getting the title shot, PBC putting it together, title shot, 154, WBC title. Keith one-time Thurman versus Fandora.
And he get it over Earl. When Earl tried to get their fight, they gave him so much hell to make their fight. And then somehow they made this happen for him.
Hey, listen to this. Okay. I believe, but Fandor and them also, Fandor gave up a title to still try to fight Earl.
Yeah,
So I don't believe that, you know, that they gave the fight over to Keith Thurman over Earl. I just don't think Earl ready to come back, bro. Listen. I really believe, bro. I mean, listen. I came to this conclusion. He has one. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but one, he hasn't came up and announced a trainer.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Two. That's the number one big one. Two, he's been doing too much family stuff. Three, it was a tweet that he put out, I think probably in the beginning of this year, when he said something like he was 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And he was like, he said, my parents don't work, they retired. I don't have to ever get in the ring again. And when he made that statement, bro, back then I said something. I said, man, listen, it's over for my man.
I agree with
when you make a statement like that, it's over for you. And you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I can't agree that PBC gave Keith Thurman this fight. I believe that Keith Thurman just held on long enough to get this fight.
Yeah.
And if Keith Thurman Soho happens to win this fight, man, I could see PBC putting something together big. And the reason why I say that, because Rolly got the super title. It was talks about making a fight with Rolly and Pacquiao. Pacquiao has been moved up to, I think, number 1 in the WBC at 47 rankings. So guess what? I believe PBC is putting something together. Maybe say, with Pac being ranked number 1 at 47, say for instance Thurman beats Fandor. They can run the Thurman and Pacquiao too.
Damn sure can.
Say for instance, Fandor does win. Maybe they're gonna make Rolly versus Pac at 47 for Rolly's title, the WBA title. PBC keeping Pac-Man around for something, man. I don't know. I'm just fishing. I'm fishing. But they keeping Pac-Man around for something. They kept Keith Thurman around for something. You feel me? One thing we have come to the conclusion is PBC, I believe the biggest mistakes is why Top Rank, Eddie Hearn, all these other promotional and managerial companies, they kept recruiting younger guys. They kept recruiting, and PBC, I believe, kind of focused more on one class, and now this class is the graduating class. You feel me? So now, like, it's like these guys are getting outdated. Hold on, my man behind the hands TV in the building. He said, if I made 20 million, I would be interested in fighting. Shout out to the man from Cincinnati. I appreciate that, my man behind the hands TV. Hey, subscribe to his channel. His YouTube channel, Instagram channel. Hey, he got dope interviews, bro. He got dope interviews.
That's what's up. Yes, indeed. Sub to my brother. Man,
Thurman versus Pac won't happen. Pac is on ice for Tank at a catch weight. Hey, that's another thing. Also, too, I was thinking, because we ain't even get there yet, but behind the hands brought it up, so we talk about it real quick.
Yeah, that Tank situation.
Tank as his title, he's his charge has been dropped.
Yeah, magically.
The charges have been dropped.
With video evidence. You know, how many times you gonna get saved from doing this, man? You know, my problem with Tank is you got all this energy for that, and you got all these cats out here that's vying for your throne, and they want your head. Lamont Roach, you know, who I believe already beat you. You ain't in no hurry to make that rematch, and you got time to go out here and get in this squabble with this female over this situation or whatever you got going on for the what second, third time in his career. He got time for this stuff like that. When you know your boxing window is this big, you got to get all you can get. Now I know my brother behind the hands TV say, no, if I made 20, I wouldn't go after. But you got this much years to get all you can get, and you don't know how you getting out of boxing. You don't know what your condition gonna be. You know, yeah, we done had some great ones that can't talk. You know, that can't function, but they was all time greats. Like you know, Wilfred Benitez. You know, Gerald McClellan. What's my man that came out of Philly? That really beat Oscar, Julio Cesar Chavez, but the damn ref stole it from him at the last second. He had the fastest hand in boxing, you know, and not to say that could happen, but it's a possibility. But if you're going to go through the gauntlet, get all you can get, man. Get it all. Don't waste no time. Don't jump in and out and I'm going to do this on the side. Now, if I'm in boxing, I'm in here now. I'm in here. You know, it reminds me of an old episode of Run's House when Run and his brother Russell Simmons was talking. And he said, yeah, I was in the business and this and this and this. He said, how'd you know that your brother could rap and everything? Well, you know, I knew he was when we sat there and said, hey, rap for us. And on a dime without any time, he just busted out. Then you knew, hey, man, this dude was a rapper. Why? Because he could just do his thing. That's what he do. And I said, wow, that's a great way. Now, you say you're a fighter. It shouldn't be nothing to get a fight. It shouldn't be nothing to get a fight. You're a fighter. That means if you coming up and you was a fighter like Mike Tyson was, on the street, didn't nobody have to audition to fight Mike Tyson? Pop off something.
As I sit back and think, right?
Yeah.
Behind the hands TV might be right, man.
Think so?
I mean, because listen to this.
Okay.
What other way can PBC say? Okay, so listen to this. If the Lamont Roach fight is out the window, if that's out the window, what other way can you replace that fight for Tank?
Well, it's been some rumors about Shakur possibly getting a initial offer. I don't know how true it is, but I had heard the rumor. I tell you what, though, man. You know, I hold.
See, listen to this. We ain't even get there because T.O. It's rumors that motherfucking Shakur and T.O. supposed to be in negotiations.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe T.O. gonna fight nobody. Anytime I hear T.O.'s name come up, there's no faith in it at all. For him to fight a guy like that, I doubt it. Anybody got skill like that, he ain't trying to fight because quiet is kept. I mean, he already told on himself with the fight with the Australian cat when he sat there and said, "Do I still got it?" It's still in his head, and you can see it in all the decisions that he make. Because if he really thought he was that dude and he was really about it like that, yeah, man, it wouldn't have been hard to get no fight with him. But it's hard to get a fight with him. Oh man, he went around talking about monkeys and bananas and dissing all these black folks and everything. And then when them dudes say, "Hey man, let's rumble," I cannot gonna fight because I can't. My tennis shoes they don't fit me right. No man, you can't do all that. You know. Then you got cats out here now like Keyshawn. All of a sudden now he don't want to fight him now. He said something to me when everybody was mad with me. So I really respect the fact that he said these things. You respect the man that's been shitting on you, your lineage, your people, and you don't want to fight him now. Man, I'm done with Keyshawn, man. I don't care what Keyshawn do in his career. He ain't got no fan in me. I don't give a damn. We from the same state. I ain't got no love for him. You weak. Some weak shit.
You hear what F.A. said?
What said Shakur ain't ready for Tank, you don't think? I'll tell you what, I think he's more ready than you want to give him credit for. Because I tell you one thing, Tank ain't running into that fight, is he? You can't get a name out of Tank mouth right now. Because he still got this Lamont roast thing over here. I don't care what nobody say. Lamont beat him, in my opinion. Fight him again or not. You need to handle that. You know, just like Canelo need to go back and handle that
Right.
that Bivol fight.
Okay.
You know, some people got some unfinished business.
Let me go here. I understand what people saying that Tank got some unfinished business going on.
Yeah.
With Lamont Roach. I understand that. But can it be the faces of PBC saying like, hey, we can get more money over here with you, Tank, than what we gonna be able to get running it back with Lamont. We can always run it back with Lamont. But maybe a fight or two for you and him, a win or two, then bring it back. Maybe the fight will be bigger than what it is.
Yeah, but who would you suggest he fight right now? If you was picking for Tank right now, who would you pick?
Well, this is where I disagree with FA, because I believe Shakur is definitely ready for him. But for a confidence booster, put him back in there with Rolly.
Yeah, I mean, it's in-house fight.
Catch weight.
He got a belt. You know, why not? Yeah, I could see that. But I tell you though, man, people got to start giving Rolly a little credit, man. When Rolly go in there discipline, Rolly do better than he's supposed to. Even that first fight, I told a couple of cats that I work with, I said, you know, because at that time Rolly was still with Bullet, and I think he need to go on back with Bullet too. But he went out there with him, and he did just go at him. He stayed in the discipline, and he was looking decent with Tank for a while. It's only when he let that get the best of him, and he went to go, that he ran into something. And I told the guy, I said, that's what's going to happen in this fight. And he did exactly what I said and got knocked out.
Okay. But we got to give Tank his props, because this is what Tank do. Tank set traps.
Oh, no doubt about it.
And that's one thing. See, and that was the problem he had in the Lamont Roach fight. Mm-hmm. He couldn't get Lamont to follow him.
Yeah, Lamont knew him too good.
Lamont stayed right there in the middle of the ring.
That's right, and did not flutter no way.
And then when Tank did get him to follow him, and Tank got his back against the ropes, Lamont was letting his hands go. And Tank really won. I guess that one part of his setting his trap. He was throwing Tank off. And I believe that was the key to that fight. Lamont did not. He never followed Tank. Because I mean, if you look at it, bro, if you just look at the Ryan fight, look at the and this is no discredit to Tank, because I believe great fighters set traps to make their man do what they want to do. And Lamont understood that. Lamont knew that. Lamont been in there with Tank before. I mean, Ryan, these guys, they never been in the ring with him. And they get in the ring with him, and then they think, okay, yeah, he had knockout order, but now this guy is setting these knockouts up.
See, but I'm glad you just said what you said, because you just revealed something to everybody if they listen. The fact that Lamont was able to do that shows you that Lamont is on a better level than even a Ryan Garcia. But Ryan got all the pomp and circumstance, but he ain't got no accomplishments.
I agree.
You see? And that's where that was exposed, because he knew to hang in there and bang with him, and he had the confidence to do so, because he done put the real work in. He done had the real experience, and you know, these guys ain't had it. And even my boy with Earl, man, what's Earl's fighter name?
Cool. you talking about Martin, Frank Martin.
Frank Martin, yeah. Frank Martin was doing okay till Frank Martin hit that wall. And that's exactly what Tank was waiting on. And Tank Road went in there, smelled blood, it got him the hell up out of there.
But, okay, well, listen to this. Listen to this. I agree. Listen to this. I agree with you saying on that. But I believe in the Frank Martin fight, it was different. The difference was, and this is shout out to Coach Kenny Ellis and Calvin Ford, because their game plan was something different.
Mm-hmm.
When Tank fought Frank Martin, we never seen Tank come out in a fight with the high guard up, straight up, going straight to him, straight at Frank Martin. See, and in that fight, they pressured Frank Martin. So now, not only was Frank Martin getting pressured physically, he was getting pressured mentally too, because he like, damn, I didn't think this guy was gonna come at me like this. He coming at me Mexican style. Is what the boxers say. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Mexican style, no disrespect. But he came at him straight like a bulldozer, straight heads up, and it had Frank Martin thinking. And then he thinking, and then also to this, when you moving around like that, we see it. Kel Plant and a lot of guys. Them guys don't train for 20-round fights. You got to train for a 20-round fight if you're going to get in the ring and move around as much as you moving with a guy like that.
Exactly.
Because by the time the 6th or 7th round hit, it's the 6th or 7th round mentally, but physically to you,
it's round 17.
It's the 13th round, 14th round. And you still got 7 more rounds to go.
Woo.
So now you have a Frank Martin who's moving around. He's playing chess mentally, and he's moving a lot physically.
Yeah.
And when you make one mistake against Tank, we didn't see it happen. You're going to sleep.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it take with him, man. And he is a master of that, man. And he's very confident in that. And earlier in his career, he was a little wild. He wasn't as disciplined, but now he's even more disciplined. He learned his lessons. He picked it up, and he go out there and he's good at that. But all this coming up and down weight, I'm not sure if he can keep coming. He don't want to go to 47 and fight no guys or nothing like that. I think after a while, man, that's not going to be the thing for him. But
we got some guys at 40 that he can fight too.
Yeah, he might get 1 or 2, but at 40, I believe he's all right.
It's like this. If you don't rematch Lamont Roach right now, whatever fight you make, it got to be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
To the diehard boxing fans, they gonna cuss you out. They might understand, like, okay, you went this way because it was financial, but you got to show some. You got to show the fans, man. You got to show the people the reason why you didn't sit up here and just take the Lamont Roach fight.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever fights you do, it got to be something bigger, bro. It got to be bigger than Roach. It got to be a Pacquiao. I'm just saying, because I'm naming people in PBC. It got to be something.
Yeah. I think you're on something right there. But here's the thing: I think we all getting a little caught up on with him. It's his biggest fight. It's not even a guy up top. It's a guy coming up from the below. The monster. The monster already said he coming for him. So the monster's gradually coming up. Think about though, if you get the Pacquiao fight and you knock Pacquiao off, you hang around 135 or so, and he coming along, and y'all finally catch weight, and y'all make that happen, and he get them 2 fights on his resume, and he win both of them. I mean, what other victory is he gonna have better than that monster? I mean, the way it's standing now, Why? Well, I don't know, because I mean, Shakur hasn't done what Monster has done. I mean, for me, skill for skill, I'm with you. But you know how when you put in the other boxing fan bases, and then the casuals, they're going to see that as something even bigger, because since he ain't never been undisputed, and he get a guy who been 2-time undisputed, possibly 3 by the time they meet. Who knows? But if he keep going up, he might get to be too big the way that fight can't happen, and he might run himself out of that fight. But I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't mind seeing it. Cause I mean, Monster, he doing his thing, but with he getting in the ring with him. But I don't know. But I really would hope that somebody like a Gary Russell Sr. would somehow catch that fight. Because he deserved to have a big payday before he get out of there. For way boxing owe it to him, in my opinion. Win, lose, or draw.
Hey, you just might have hit one. Tank versus Gary Russell.
Man, I don't think he'll fight him though. That's the sad thing about it, man. Because if you struggle with Lamont, I can't pick you to beat Gary Russell. I just can't pick you. I mean, not to say that it ain't possible, but if I had to put money down, it's hard to pick against that, But anything can happen in the sport of boxing, man. But that would be great, man. And boxing owe that guy some fights, man. It wouldn't be bad. I mean, there's still a few fights for him, And whatever they holding back on is, man, they need to go and let that go, man, because they do got a viable star. He should have always had that Lomachenko rematch too, because quiet as kept, he dropped Lomo's ass. I don't care what nobody say. He didn't even get credit for dropping him.
Yesterday, Mike Cooper announced breaking news: Virgil Ortiz Jr. versus Eric Lubison, October 18th.
Damn, that's a good fight. Damn. But Lubin will fight any damn body. Lubin is a bad little cat, man. And if you're not a hardcore boxing fan, you're not up on Lubin. But Lubin, that you don't want to keep knocking on that door right there, man. 154.
Sir.
But we talk about Virgil Ortiz too. I think Virgil Ortiz 160 pounder easy. Anytime at 147, you got to the point where you almost killed yourself to stay down in that weight, and you just come up one weight division. I don't know if that's enough. That's only a couple pounds. He need to go on up a little bit more. Why everybody scared to go to 160? 160 needs some contenders. 154 crowded as hell.
Yeah, I agree.
Go on, get Jamel Charlo and get his ass at 160 and go on out there. You got Carlos Adames out there. You get Virgil Ortiz in there. What's that? Major. It's two of Majimov and shit. I keep getting them two fighters confused, but it's both their names is Majimov and Madarirov or something like that.
Right.
That's another guy who could go up there because he beat the dog shit out of Tim Tszyu. I felt so bad for Tim Tszyu at the end of that fight, man. I said, shit, he couldn't stay upright. Every time he hit that motherfucker, pow, he looked, pow. I said, damn, is he shooting guns at him or what? He can't stay on his feet, But I mean, you got that right there. You got Jamal. I thought Jamal was going to go to 168. He was going to make a push for Canelo. He had one fight, disappear again. Nobody heard nothing from these guys. You can't even find them. You ride around Houston, you don't even hear their name. Don't nobody even talk about the Charlos no more, man. That's that window we talking about, see? And they getting closer to this side of the window. After a while, man, ain't nobody gonna talk about them, man. You got an undisputed champion from right here in Houston. They ain't had one billboard around here with his picture on. But when I first moved out here, man, you seen J.J. Watt everywhere. He ain't seen no parts of an NFC championship game. I mean, how crazy is that? But fighters gotta bear the brunt of that, man. To me, because they, instead of going out here doing all this old wild goofy shit and talking all this old stupid stuff, they can do things to put themselves in position on their own. They could have had youth programs where they, went out into the public, got the media, appear in certain places and draw attention to yourself in a positive way.
Exactly.
And the city will embrace you. I mean, why wouldn't you do it? I mean, 600 square miles of Houston, 6 million people, and anything you do, it should just, I mean, the way that J.J. Watt owned this city was ridiculous to me, you know. And then here, this guy had all the belts, beat cleaned the whole division out. I mean, his undisputed run was way better than Canelo's, but he don't get no credit for it, you know. And that's sad to me. But he got to bear some of that ghetto shit. You gotta let go, man. You gotta start thinking business wise and stuff like that. He could have partnered with HEBs and stuff, came in some commercials and, you know, did that stuff they self. You know, like F.A. Kickman said, JJ more marketable than them, though. That's the reason why, though. That's the reason why. Because JJ knew who to you know, come to and how to address himself and conduct himself a certain way. They wasn't out there, man, how to okay. Well, you know, that's not marketable at all. So you absolutely right there. But if you changed it up, you could have very well took the scepter of that and could have done some things like that. And now they sitting in this position right now where they should have more pull in boxing than they do. You know, they should be calling their shots a little more than what they are now. Like right now, they're not out here talking about, I want to fight such and such, I want to do this, and they're not pining for nothing. They just sit back waiting for somebody to come talk to them. But meanwhile, you're getting older, your skills are eroding, your desire for the sport ain't what it is. You got other things in life. You got your gyms, you got, you know, your families and certain personal situations they got going on or whatever is the case. They got them all scattered like this here, you know, not really out there on the ground. If you ain't out there knocking them down, you know, once or twice every 2-3 months, I mean, you're wasting away, man. You got to keep yourself sharp. And if you once you lose that sharpness, man, that little, I mean, because if you just go back and look at the Roy Jones Tarver fight.
Right.
They both threw the same punch, same time. The difference was this much when who landed and who didn't land. It's not that Tarver was faster than him, but he was just that much sharper.
Exactly.
All that going up and coming down. See, you went all the way up to heavyweight glory, then you come back down. Now you're losing it. Now you're not what you was when you went up no more. And that's when you saw the results of it. That's why he never could be the same after that. You know, so if you want to give that part up after training all those years to build and get yourself at that level, I think it's a pity, man. It really is, because there's great fights out there for them. You know.
So you said earlier, it's like fighters are ducking the 160 position, and man, listen, I thought that was the plan actually for Charlo. I thought the plan was for Big Charlo to go up to 68.
Yeah, and they said he was.
Charlo to go up to 60, and Earl Spence to go up to 54.
And then Jamel go to 60.
Right. I thought, and then I really, man, I'm confused, bro, because I'm about to look it up because I don't understand. The 160 division is open. I mean, like
wide open. Oh, you got Laura. I forgot about Laura. How could I forget about Laura? Laura at 162. So if you put Jamel, Adamas, Laura, and Virgil Ortiz, all at 160. That's a nice little round robin right there.
All right. Yeah, you got Carlos Adames with the WBC, Laura with the WBA, and Janibek with the WBA.
I see. Forgot about Janibek. Forgot about Janibek. That's another one. That's 5. Real nice at 160 is all of a sudden hot now. And man, wow.
Yeah, so man, if I was male, I would definitely be trying to go to 160 because especially what you just had to fight at 68
with Canelo,
right? And you gain the weight. It don't make no sense to try to go back down to 54. Only way I can see him going to 54 is to make a Boots fight.
Yeah, I don't even think he have an interest in that, man. I never really heard him talk about that, but see, right. Even that can be helped out if Boots is pushed a little faster because he's ready for that. But his promoter got to get him there. and for whatever reason they not doing it. And this is what I'm saying with fighters that's out there now. They gotta be prepared to take their own destiny into their own hands and don't depend on a promoter. Even though that's his job, these cats don't do it, man. They not Don Kings. Like Don King would certainly he's surf boxing to get you whatever you need to make, because he gonna make some money out of you, and he gonna make money out of you. If you on his roster and he got a chance to make money off you, he looking for the money he gonna make off you on his own. You ain't got to worry. He gonna come at you. But I tell you what, buddy, we got this fight here for you, this one. I'm thinking something like this here. You looking like, okay, well, you ain't got to, all you gotta do is go back in the gym, take care of business, and be ready. All you gotta do, you know. And for them not to do that, man, but that I mean, look how that would open boxing up from 54, 60, 68 to all the way to 75, man. It'd be just a jam in that sucker. Man, that'd be nice. Even if you get knocked off at 54, you can move up to 60. You got something there waiting on you. You get knocked off at 60, you can move to 68. Or if you're barely getting there, go down to 54. You got flexibility to move around, you know, because 54 is overloaded. 60 would be nice, be filled up nice, but it could have some more. So that you got that. So why not, man? That's good for boxing right there. Good grief, man. And right now, I don't think nobody want to fight Laura. I don't know what the hell Laura taking, but man, that dude don't look like he 40 years old.
FAC, I think social media has made an impact on boxing too. I agree with you. That's the only and just to go back just for a few seconds, when Black Star was talking about the Charlos not being sponsored, or you don't see their name around Houston like that. One of the big things I wanted to say was, yeah, you mentioned JJ Watt, but at the same time, JJ Watt had the backing of the Houston Texans. And that's an organization within his own self. In boxing, it's individual, so you know what I mean? But them guys could have took some of the money that they spent partying and made themselves known around the city. I mean, they could have bought billboards and put their faces on them. Bro. And made people see themselves on the highway.
Yeah. They got a
like
gym.
Twin Brothers, champions, woo.
Yeah. They got a gym on one side of town. But like I said, it's 600 square miles of Houston. Put them all around. Go through all around. You know, when you have that outreach with the youth, that gets the media. You know, that get the people looking at you differently. They say, yeah, I'm trying to teach them to stay out of trouble and get out here and do something constructive with their life. That's an easy selling point. You know, they could have easily done that. People would have said, wow, these guys are trying to do something positive. Okay, now your name ain't mud around town. Now you're going to get some of these places like the HEB, who's the big shopping center store around here. That's because you saw JJ Watt on there on every commercial. He was there. He was for everything. He was consistently always on the TV. So if that was going on while you was doing your thing and you became undisputed and all that was known and everybody know in town you doing this all around town for the youth, and then here these young guys get a chance to see an undisputed world champion standing right here from their city, you know, you're really going to make a bigger mark on what you're doing in the town, because the way that they're doing it now, once they get out of boxing and they go out to themselves and they do whatever they do to their own, people going to forget that they even live out here. You know, they're not going to have the George Foreman treatment. You know, everybody know Big George, but they don't have it, but they can do something about it. To sit back and not do something about it, to me, is the dumbest shit I ever seen in my life. Because I mean, what is you out here trying to be? I mean, y'all, they love to wear the flashy and come out and yeah, and this and all that and everything like that, you know. But your actions can do it without you even having to do any of those things, and it could all be positive, you know. And that could help out a lot of things around the city. And a lot of young guys get in that and learn something and see something different in life that can turn some light and then give us a future world champion in the future. Hell, many of them if you do it right, you know. But you know, it's a lot of opportunities for boxing to do something, man. But everybody's got to always be thinking about the sport and advancing it to make it better. Because it was a time when the boxing match was bigger than football games, but people can't conceive of it now. You know, you can't conceive of that. But it could be like that way again. You know, it's just too many casuals, but you won't have casuals if you stop putting the fights always in Vegas. Big fight, Vegas, Vegas, Vegas. It's all these states, all these places all over the world, all over the country that you can have something that's going on that people can see to let us know that the sport exists. I mean, hell, field hockey has more representation across the country than boxing. How ridiculous is that? Soccer, soccer ain't that big a deal in the U.S. I mean, it's doing something, but it ain't, it ain't football, it ain't basketball. But boxing can do better, and it's a lot of knuckleheads out here who need this sport to transform their life, man. A lot of these guys that out here that don't really know what to do in life, some people just prone to violence. They got to do something, and if they don't have that as a part of their life, they just not mentally well. Maybe that's why the problem with some of these damn serial shooters, whatever we got going on out here nowadays. But you find something that people can do to make things positive and do things in a positive life and contain it. In this matter is good for society, and boxing should, fill that void, man. But these guys got to market it as such. The guys that benefited from the sport should be able to see, I was young, I was thinking this, I couldn't make the NFL, I couldn't make the NBA, baseball. And if you're making baseball, that's the sport to play right there, because they pay you on the minor league level is making big dollars. I mean, it's ridiculous how much money they make. I wish the hell I had known how to play some damn baseball. Too late now though, but shit. It's crazy, man. But I like to see that happen, man. That would open up a lot, because right now, and how much of the clout that Canelo has had over the years is just, it drives me crazy, because we've been pining on him to fight these certain guys. Jamal Charlo had a chance to make that fight that we've been pining for him for years, and then he's sitting around now. I don't know what he's doing. Your brother had the big fight. I mean, get the big payday, man. That window is closing. It's closing. And when it's closed and gone, it's gone. All that stuff, all the clout that you developed in boxing is going to be gone as well. And you're going to be an afterthought. See, you go see how these fighters who was big time that's out here now that a lot of people have forgotten about, then they'll start to understand, because them guys are telling, man, I wish I had did this. I wish we could have done that. You got to take advantage of those things.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Did the Nick Ball fight come on yet?
Hold on.
I know Ray Ford. Shout out to Ray Ford. He won this fight.
Okay, that's what's up. Let's see who's on here now. Let me see. I don't know. Hold on, man. Let me check out something else right quick. Yeah, we got to see what is going on. All right, let me see.
Okay, the Japanese guy just won.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It looked like he just won.
Okay.
He clubbed him in the back of the head, too.
Yeah, man, they need to beef up that daggone Canelo undercard. They should make some adjustments on that right now, to be honest with you. I agree with you on that, though.
Yeah, that card. I don't know, but you paying them two guys a lot of money, man. You're paying them two guys a lot of money to get in the ring.
A lot of money, man. But if that's a great opportunity to promote a guy that you want to build up and make bigger, That's why it's a good idea for Lester Martinez to be on there. I like that idea for him. But there's other fighters that should be taking advantage of that too for different reasons. They should put a call out and certain fighters contact them and say, hey, who's fighting on the undercard, man? I'll fight somebody, man. Give me $10,000. Shit, I'll fight, tic-tac-toe or whoever, Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so is it another heavyweight fight before the big fight, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I just need Moses to do his thing today. That's all I'm saying. He got to handle that business.
You say you want Dillian and White up out of here.
Yeah, he got to go and get dismantled. Now, what do you think of? Oh, this is what I want to ask you. What do you think about Andre Ward?
I was just about to say it too.
Uh huh.
You too.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
listen, man. Listen.
Coming back
My
for
thoughts
AJ.
personally, this man. This is my thoughts personally. Andre is a hell of a fighter,
Yeah.
but it's been about 8 years, bro. It's been about 8 years. I know he's not hurt. I don't know, but just me knowing he's not in no way need of no money, man.
No, no.
But the problem that a lot of these older guys get if they start getting older is the older they get, they starting to see these younger guys getting money that they never got.
Yeah.
And I'm not even just gonna say just Andre Ward. I'm gonna switch the topic to baseball. The average baseball player right now is making $20 million. We just gonna say 20
Crazy money.
a year. When you can rewind time to when I remember the first baseball player ever make $1 million. It was Dave Parker.
Man, that's crazy.
So I can understand. Like you got guys right now getting 10-year contracts, $750 million.
And they get to keep more of it than the NFL players do.
So I'm using them as narrative to say, I don't want Andre Ward to get enticed by the big payday.
That's that window we was talking about.
Yeah, like you feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, listen. But you've been away too long.
Yeah, he has. And what he said that got him was his coach kept telling him before he retired to fight him before he retired. And now he's thinking about it now, like you say, looking back at that window and saying, I should have got that in. I should have got that in. Look at the money, like you say. And then now, see, that's where the Charlos is going to be. Sitting on that side, looking back over there, talking about what could have been. If you go over there and you do get that money, what you going to get in return?
Come on. That's what I'm saying, man. Andre Ward retired 32-0, man.
Yeah.
You don't need no blemishes. It's too late.
Yeah.
Now, who I would have loved to seen him, Andre Ward, come back and fight maybe 4 or 5 years ago?
Triple G.
Or Canelo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Canelo was trying. He was calling him out. Canelo was calling him out.
If we got Andre Ward about 5 years ago, I say 5. With 3 years off, I still got Andre Ward, but I could agree with that, but man, I can't agree with it.
I just think AJ too big, man. AJ too big, and
I discussed this same topic with some other people, right?
Yeah.
And certain people said a friend of mine said he think it's maybe a setup, maybe it's a bluff to fight somebody else. And I that's his opinion. I didn't knock it, but I disagreed. I'm just like, man, I don't want to see Andre Ward fight nobody.
Yeah. I don't either now, but man,
nobody, man. If it was, man, please make the field evenly.
Yeah.
So somebody who been out of boxing 10 years, 7 years.
Yeah.
Exhibition.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh man. I wouldn't know who to match him with if I said come back and fight somebody. I just like because
want you to walk. I want you to walk away the same way you were.
Yeah. And the way his career went and ended up is exemplary to the younger fighters, is showing them how to approach it, go about it, and do your career. And don't overreach yourself, but set your goals, go out and meet your goals, and when it's time to get out, it's time to get out. Know when. That way you still, because you won't end up like Gerald McClellan or Wilfredo Benitez. I mean, it's sad to say, and them guys was great fighters.
Yeah.
So it ain't no joke boxing. Like Floyd Uncle said, man. You can't play boxing, man. It's the real deal here. You might walk out the ring from surviving them hits, but them hits may linger with you longer than you think. So when it's time to get something out of that, get all you can get. But like you say, name your price going in. Name your price. This is what I want to get from boxing. Go in there, get that, and then get out. That's the way. I would tell a young guy to get in there. Say what it is you want to achieve by doing that. Go in there and tend to that goal, and then once you achieve it, ain't no reason to stay in here too much longer. You don't want to overstay yourself. It don't take but one fight for everything to change for you.
Exactly.
Ain't no joke, man. But yeah, man. Yeah, but we'll see what else that PBC got coming, because they're gonna have to have something for the Charlos here coming up, man. They should be announcing something here in the next month or so at some point, man, because we about to end up the year. They ain't really did anything. And what's going on with them and ESPN? Wasn't ESPN supposed to talk to PBC?
Yeah, as my understanding is, I believe PBC is still dealing with I guess Netflix or something.
Oh, Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon Prime. My bad, Prime. They're messing with Amazon Prime.
Yeah, but you know what surprised me? Why would they spend $7 billion to get the UFC? Ain't nobody watching that shit no more.
Who did it? Amazon?
No. Wait a minute. Amazon or was it Paramount? One of them paid $7 billion to UFC for the rights to all their fights. And I'm like, ain't nobody got no interest in watching them no more. All they stars is been reduced now. Who is you going to go watch over there? $7 billion?
Hey, guess what though? They gonna make it. They gonna make it back on the replay streams.
Yeah, I mean,
just like the Zone. Just think, the Zone get the rights to boxing, right? To your fights or whatever. The Zone, you go to the Zone and 24/7, they just showing boxing.
Yeah, that's true.
You feel me? So I'm just thinking Paramount probably doing the same thing. They probably gonna come out with just a channel. You feel me? Showing strictly nothing but boxing replays.
Okay.
Also,
now, if they doing that for old events and stuff, that might be okay. But right now I just don't see no interest in UFC. I think boxing them pretty much put the boot to their behind and kick them down the road, because anybody
a lot of people be interested in still in UFC because, man, them guys, they selling out. They somehow this is what I disagree. I disagree with the pay with UFC, but if you look at the competition level though, it's elite versus elite.
Yeah, but what is that now? I mean, who are the stars now? Because
I couldn't tell you because I don't follow it like that. But I mean, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people who follow UFC more than probably boxing.
And the biggest reason is because they take it everywhere. You don't have to go to Vegas to see the big fight. The big fight could be right here in your hometown, and you could be in Saskatchewan, Egypt somewhere. They'll have it right here. That's got to be the biggest thing, because you got all these UFC gyms opening up all across the country, and all across the country you got big events. Boxing ain't like that. Boxing got that big event, but you got to go over there to see it every time. And that's wore out.
You see what FA say? He say UFC still big. Big fighters are always fighting each other. Yeah, and I agree. And
okay, I need them to give me some names. Who's the big guys right now? Because you don't have Forky Mayweather. You don't have him no more. Conor McGregor gone. Ngannou's not there no more. All them other guys is retiring. Who's the big stars now? I'm just trying to say.
I can't tell you because I don't follow UFC, but
that's my point.
No. Listen, I don't follow UFC. That's by choice. That's just by choice.
But when they had Conor McGregor, I would look at that. I would look at Israel Adesanya, Ngannou, them guys. What I'm saying is now, who is the ones that you're going to tune in to go see now? Because that's to me, those guys done passed over now. They need a whole new crop of guys now. It's the only thing I'm saying. Because you always have people say, I'm not a fan of fighters, I'm a fan of the sport, right? Well, okay. But any sport to have a lot of fan engagement is going to need stars. It's the star that brings you to the sport. It's not the sport that brings you to the stars. And anybody who think that is just not,
Well, okay, listen to this. I know, put like this. See, to me, UFC is I listen. Me personally, I just don't follow it. But now, when I would sit up here and watch it, yeah, I sit up here and watch it. You can turn to ESPN, you can turn to anything and watch it. So me personally, I really don't know the difference between UFC and a lot of the different other combat and fight sports like that. To me, personally, I would sit back and watch it. I don't know the people. I don't follow the sport, but it's more people who follow them sports because, like FA is saying, it's a lot of people. They fight top competition. Like you don't. It's more. Put like this, in boxing, it's more political and more. This fight don't make. It's more like this fight don't make sense for the promoters. This fight don't make sense for my fighter. But with UFC, the fight always makes sense for the promoter. It might not make sense for the fighters, but the fighters don't complain.
Yeah, but
because they're constantly fighting. They're constantly fighting. Hold on, FA saying UFC as a whole in a product, they're bringing fans because the brand.
Not the fighters right now.
Right.
It is good fights. Okay, but here's the thing: how you gonna know it's top fighters? Because if you don't know who the fighters are, you don't know how good they are. You don't know who is the one. Okay, well, I want to see him fight this guy next time, or you don't know that. They got a system that they run true, where you have certain ranks fighting each other and everything. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But when you know the name and you know Conor McGregor, you know Israel Adesanya, and them certain ones, you know certain things about those guys that make you want to tune in and watch them. It puts it on another level. Until they get some guys that push the sport like that, it's not going. To me, it's just.
Guess
if
what?
Nothing else is on, I'll watch it.
Okay, but listen to this. Okay, okay, and I agree. I understand what you're saying. That they don't have, but this is what I'm telling you. I believe personally, the UFC don't need the Conor McGregors no more. They don't. Guess what? One thing they supposed to be doing away with pay-per-view.
Yeah, because they bought the whole thing outright.
So
like my man saying right here, FA saying something else now. When you cut on a UFC fight, you're going to see a good fight. That's not the case with boxing. That ain't always true. Some of them damn fights is boring as hell.
Listen.
To me, I don't,
I mean, I can listen to this. Listen, I can understand what he's saying
To a degree.
in
Yeah.
some terms, yes, and to a degree, because we have seen fighters come out here and get hit and be like, come on, bro, come on.
How many of them fights you see them just holding each other all damn day? Man, hell with that. I don't get the fuck off me. They just
But the
grab hold of. I got you.
Not that I'm
That ain't
defending
no
UFC,
goddamn
man,
fight, man.
but the average UFC fight, we gonna see some blood.
It happens, but you know, it's that same old adage. Like they'll say, "Oh well, this is rougher than boxing. This is this and this." But more people die fighting in the boxing ring than they do in the UFC. You see what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
sometimes the perception is not always the reality. Is what I'm trying to say. I understand to a degree because, like you say, if it's on and that's not on TV, I'm gonna watch. It may be boring as hell, guys grabbing or whatever, but then when it's exciting, is when you got the guys trying to strike each other. Then it's more like a boxing match, you see. But you might have kicks or something too that'll add to it, and that's good too. Nothing wrong with that. But I just think overall, man, when you have the star power, that really pushes everything to another level. And it can be good for a while, but if you don't have a guy come up in there like a Conor McGregor or something like that to really push it after a while, it's gonna fade away. I just, it's just my thoughts on that. But giving it time with the way that it is, and lots of guys competing, somebody should step up in that role. But if you have a longevity of time where that happens like that, and they don't really see that no more, what if the knockouts stop and the submissions, and people tend to just have a lot of matches where they just holding on, and I got you here, you got me there, and they grapplers and they grapple, people going to tune out of that, man.
Right, I agree.
Because to me, when Conor was knocking motherfuckers out, I'm tuning in because I might see a knockout. I'm tuning in to see that when what was the cat from Florida? Damn, they start with an M. I get rough on names sometime, man. But we'll see what happens with it, man. But I mean, the fact that they got it on there and you ain't got to pay the prescription prices and everything that they do, you'll be able to see. That is a good thing because, like I say, I can turn over there and look. Ain't no boxing on today. Ain't nothing happening. Let's see what's happening here. And it's not like it's not a possibility that it could change over. But boxers really, they just moving. Just like when it comes to Canelo's, these commodities that they're using, that's really pushing the sport, and they putting these commodities together. Because if these commodities don't fight each other, then boxing fans have a problem. So that's why I say the star power is important. And I see what you're saying about the UFC model. Okay, that's fine, but in boxing, I know that's major, man, because not every fighter is equal. So we'll see what happens with it, man. But I ain't never been that crazy about UFC, but I will check them out.
Right.
We'll check them out. Yeah, man.
Let's see.
What we got going in there now, man?
This is just one thing I wanted to get your thoughts on too. I seen an interview this week. Oshaki Foster.
Shocky Foster. Yeah, man. Yeah, I like Shock.
Shock talking. Did he put hands on Shakur before?
He said he put hands on him before?
Yeah, in sparring.
Oh.
And if Shock was to come up to 35,
man,
how would you see that fight playing out?
I like Shock and I like Shakur too. I'm not sure he on Shakur's level right now, but I do think it'd be a good scrap for a while. Hell, I wouldn't mind seeing it but I think that's something that's gonna happen a little bit down the line. But see, Shaq Foster,
and it's okay. And how much further down the line do we get? How much longer is Shakur gonna be at 35, bro? If the man is sit up here and say he'll fight T.O. and he want,
He
that's
trying to get
definitely
that big smoke. He trying to get that big smoke.
that's definitely not gonna be at 35.
Yeah. Well, because for first of all, old Shaki don't have no kind of public fan base to push him. He's pretty much out there on his own. He needs to make that grow to make that fight happen. Because he got competition because you got TOs and all these other people that Shakur is calling out, who is a little more known, a little more established as far as the fan bases and stuff. Well, Oshaki don't really have that just quite yet. But if he builds himself up in that manner, then that's what's going to put the pressure for the fight to happen. And that's why I say I'd give him about 2 years, man, to get there at that level. And maybe they meet at 140. It's kind of hard because a fighter can let himself be overlooked,
No,
in boxing.
and the reason why I'm saying is because right now Shaki is the WBC champion at 130.
Mm-hmm.
Shakur Stevenson is the WBC champion at 135. It makes sense to make the fight sooner than later.
Yeah. Well, if all of the TO fight fall out, which it will, because TO ain't gonna fight nobody. If all these fighters that he's calling out all do the same thing, at the end of the day, if that's what's left, I think Shakur would take it, and that would be a hell of a fight because they're two good fighters. I happen to think right now that Shakur is a little far ahead of him as far as the skill is right now, experience and things. But man, I'm a fan of old Shockey Foster. Man, I like to see him do well. I think that fight would be great for him because even if he loses, and he make it a struggle, that he can still get that win out of it because he's unknown like that. Just like Lamont did with Tank. A lot of people didn't think he would do so well, but by doing that now, all of a sudden now he has a cachet now. You got Gary Russell talking about he want to fight him now. Because people want to capitalize off of that now. That's where he'll be if he can get in there and just make it a good tussle. And I think that he could do that. I'm not picking him to win, but I think he can make a hell of a fight out of it because he's a damn good fighter. Yeah, that's a good matchup. Matter of fact. Yeah, that's a good matchup. Man, see, there's some good stuff out there that could be. and what do you think about Tank's people talking to Turkey Island Sheik? What could that mean?
I believe it's something in the makings.
I just can't figure out what it is yet. I can't figure out who he trying to get him for.
And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't believe if PBC wanted to run that back, they would have ran it back then. Like I say, I believe it made more sense. And if Turkey was hollering at Tank people, me personally, it's only a few names I could see Turkey actually talking to Tank people about. And the number one person would have to be Shakur.
I'm gonna say this though, bro, and some people may say I'm reaching a little bit, but I think Shakur beat him.
I'm gonna say this. Tank them been through a lot. And before, I would have argued maybe that it could have been another way. But the growth I have seen in Shakur lately in his last fights, and I don't want to say nothing bad about Tank, not the undisciplined, but just the unfortunate things that has happened to Tank in his life can actually curve the outcome of that fight. Meaning, I don't think if we got Tank and Shakur right now, I don't think we get the best Tank right now.
I think I agree, because I think that last fight, mentally, for him to turn away and take a knee like he did and break concentration off the fight, that's not a good thing, especially when you the trained assassin and you the one that walk him down and knock him the hell out. And all of a sudden you over talking about, there's something in my eye. Yeah, there's something in your eyes. His damn fist in your eye. And his foot in your ass. You need to get back over there and handle that. But that wasn't a good sign, And could it be? It could be because of all the distractions and stuff in his life. It's possible for that too. But I just think that it will get to a point where he'll try to implement a game plan. He'll try to set them traps, like you say. But I think that Shakur is smart and wise enough to counteract it. And he's mentally strong enough to stay in the game plan. He won't just break it. The way that he stayed so disciplined against Zepeda and he stayed in there in close like that, it's still hard to hit, even though he right there in front of you. That's a skill for few fighters have. And if you can work that and exhibit that same skill against him in that fight, it's going to make it that much harder for Tank to get him.
Right.
And I think that I think Shakur ready, man. Shakur ready to take this step on that pound for pound thing, man. He's ready to make a move on that. And he's calling out the right fighters, and he's trying to make it happen. So people can't say that he's not. So I like that about him too. He's not shying away from no matchup. If somebody call him out, he'll address him,
But I also think this too.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be a bigger fight if Shakur and Tank fought at maybe 47 or at 40. I think it's a bigger fight than them fighting at 35. Am I wrong? I might be wrong.
Well, I'm just wondering how that weight is going to affect Tank moving up, by him being so short, Is that going to make him slower? Is that going to throw his timing off?
And the only reason why I say this is because we know that welterweight has always been the money fights.
Mm-hmm.
Welterweight, super welterweight, the 68, maybe 75, heavyweight. They always been the money fights. I mean, we don't get me wrong. We got a hell of a competition at 35. Mm-hmm. But do you think that fight would probably sell more? More people would probably get more in tune to it if it was maybe at a 40 or a 47.
Well, maybe at 40, but I just don't see Tank going to 47. He's too short. If he did, he'd have to be like a Mike Tyson. He won't be able to try to jab. He's gonna have to do that little shoot, boom. And I think it's possible for him to be able to do that because he has that stature and he has had some fights where I thought he was Mike Tyson-esque. But I don't think that's what he want to do because he likes to do other things now. He done added some things and he done got better and he done grew as a fighter. Now his ego done got involved. Would he be willing to make that change like that? I'm not sure. But like you say, 140 though. Plus I don't want him to go too far north because I want him to hang in there so he can come back down here and get some of this monster anyway.
You stuck on that. You really want to see. You really want to see Tank anyway.
Yeah, I want it to happen because I think it will be a hell of a fight, man. Because anyway, doing his thing, he knocking off everybody like they ain't nothing, and he just going through them. He's like that damn Godzilla, man. He just coming through that sucker, just Who next? Who next? I mean, hey, give it to him. And just imagine, he called it out a couple years ago. What if he able to go run the gauntlet, get all the way up to Tank, and beat Tank?
Whoa.
Just, I mean, if he was able to accomplish that, I mean, what would you have? Man, I mean, that's
So NUA is the champion at 22, right? Or 26? 20.
one of them. He got to eat a whole bunch of hamburgers, but but
22.
but if he could do it, man, you know, man.
So you telling me you want NUA to come up 26, 30 to 35?
Another foot, 15 pounds or so.
I mean,
30, that's possible.
it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible
But
because
then it's
the
not
other
if
them other weight classes, they went with them with 2 pounds anyway.
yeah, but if Tank goes up to 40, 47, then
Yeah.
I feel like that ain't gonna happen then. You know.
I agree.
But man,
But hold on.
he got
Isn't-
Pacquiao or him. One of them two.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm. I ain't gonna lie, man. Him versus Monster anyway would be a big fight.
yeah.
That'd be a big fight.
Damn, you know, imagine the money on that fight too. God, man. Ooh, where would you have that fight? I don't want to hear Vegas. Take Vegas the hell out of it. I don't want to hear Vegas. Vegas don't deserve no more fights. I'm sick of Vegas, man. Make it Atlantic City. Let's make it something different. Oh hell, maybe even take it to China. You know.
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't know if I'm Tank, I want to go there.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go overseas and fight him in his
double stacking them damn gloves.
I don't think I want to do that. Now we can go over to and deal with Turkey Al Sheikh over in Saudi.
Yeah. Well, hell, he'd probably be the one that would have to pay for that fight because both of them would have to get a serious grip on that, man. But if that fight can happen, that's one of the biggest fights in boxing, you know.
Salute, Mr. Gary Walker in the building.
Oh, yes, sir. Salute to you. Yes, indeed. Thank you for stopping by there, OG. Yes, indeed. Man, that would now that shoot, man. The interest in that, the boxing world would go crazy. That would almost, oh man. And if he won that, man, they'd be talking about in a way like they talk about Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Because that would be like when Pacquiao beat Oscar De La Hoya.
But then, if Tank sit up here and beat anyway, then what is Tank? A bully?
Well, it also depends on who he beat for that fight or two before that. So let's say if he fought a Gary Russell and he beat Gary Russell, you know, or he fought or if he beat Lamont Roach, you know, I think that would add more fuel to have that fight, you know, to where it would seem to be more evenly, so that even if he won, then he would get a boost in it as well, because if he beat, you know, one of them guys, man, I mean, hell, you can't say that, you know, he was too small or he wasn't good enough to be on that level. Hell, he proved it. So, you know, you wouldn't be able to take that away from him. So if he did beat him, then now he's beating an all-time great fighter now. You know.
Hey, I'm glad you said Lamar Rose, because that's another guy who I wouldn't mind seeing Shakur fight.
Yeah. It was some talk about that too.
I don't think Lamont's gonna go back down to 30 and just fight anybody.
Yeah, that's true. Ah, damn, that'd be a hell of a one. I tell you one thing though, that fight day, oh, I'll be hyped that day. Boy, that's a big fight to wait up to that night, you know. G5 Gabe in the building. Salute, bro. Been a minute,
What's
been a
good?
minute.
Been a minute since I heard from G5. What's good, bro?
Yes, sir. There he is. Yes, indeed. Gary Walker said you all is welcome. Yes, sir. Appreciate you for sure.
Yeah, man. So, any last comment? Anything you want to talk about before we get up out of here?
Uh, let's see, man. All right, what's your prediction for the fight today? What's gonna happen to Dylan White?
I believe Dillian White gonna lose, bro. I
Oh,
believe
oh,
he's gonna lose. I believe he's
come
gonna
on, man. Come on.
I believe he's gonna lose. I believe he's gonna lose. I mean, man, first, I ain't never seen Dillian White. See, it was talks about his weight and all that, his weight loss and all that. Man,
Yeah.
he's little than I ever seen before, bro.
Mhm.
But this is Dillian White, and I'm not. I can't favor Dillian White, man. I can't favor Dillian White. I believe Dillian White probably gets stopped somewhere around 7th round, somewhere around
7.
seventh, 8th round.
Okay, dang, man, you right with me. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, I was thinking that same thing, man, because he he right for it, man, and he done ran off at the mouth too long, and you know I don't think he beat this young guy. This young guy's on his way up now. He got everything to fight for. Um, he don't have no mental things about what he got to do out here in this fight. He's at full confidence. He didn't show some skill. He didn't show some power. You know, and this is like a graduation fight for him. If he get this win right here, you know, that's gonna open up his name to fighting somebody like Usyk. You know, they trying to figure out now who is it that could possibly beat Usyk right now.
I don't think we got a heavyweight right now. I don't think we got one that can stop Usyk right
I think we got one. We just need him. He just need a little more help and a little bit more time, though. I don't know if he gonna get an opportunity to try.
Who?
Yeah, I know it's controversial, but I'll lean on this.
Who?
I remember a day when that
Who?
same look, he already who you remember when he came to the States and he was talking all that trash about he wanted to fight Wilder, right? He go to the fight and watch Wilder knock old boy out. He gets up and leaves and never mentioned Wilder's name again. But like I say, it could only happen if he can turn some things around. And I don't know. I'm not sure he could do it, or if he got the time to do it, because he don't have the right trainers to me. I don't see it, man. And because of that,
Tell the people that's watching
uh,
who you're talking about.
talking about Deontay Wilder. Yeah, yeah. and what even gave it more steam was the fact that he did that when he came to the States and saw that fight. He was really serious. He came to the fight. He said he was here to scout him, let him know we're gonna fight this and this and this and this. As soon as he knocked that dude out, he disappeared and he never spoke his name again. I think that speaks volumes.
Honestly,
Yeah.
do you think Deontay Wilder stands a chance against
See,
Usyk?
but that's the thing though. I got to give it contingencies. I can't just say outright because I don't believe outright he can do that right now. But if he was to develop himself a little bit better for that fight, because I'm not sure if his right hand is the same, man. Something don't seem right about it. I don't think he got the same
Right.
power, or something's going on with it. Because if he can land that right hand, he can win that fight. But
Hey,
I just
listen,
don't know if it's still loaded like it used to be. I don't know, man. Something don't seem right about it.
Usyk has made me a prime believer, bro.
Oh, he can fight his ass off. I ain't don't get me wrong, just because
Oh
I
yeah,
say that. But it's just certain styles and certain,
you're
one
right.
sometimes
Styles make fights.
can do it. And the fact that he came down there with all that heat huff and yeah, and then when he saw that, all of a sudden he backed up and shut up. And let me know right there he saw something he ain't like. And
Yeah,
that's really the deciding factor. Really,
but that was Wilder against who?
What was that? Hellenius?
Right,
Yeah.
right. That was his sparring partner.
Yeah. He knew
So
that.
if I'm Usyk, I'm gonna walk up out of there too, because
That's
I don't want to. I save it for off air, man, because I don't want to start nothing. But if I was Usyk, I'd have walked up out of that fight too. Like,
he
man,
did.
okay, all
He
right,
did.
cool.
He came up
Okay.
out of there because I remember I got excited. I was like, okay, well maybe they'll see that fight then. That'd be a good one.
Hey,
You know?
because Usyk knew, guess what? This ain't even worth my time.
Yeah.
It ain't worth my time, man.
Because if he didn't have to go through that gauntlet, he saw that right hand, he said, damn, it looked like he's still active. Nah, that's all right. But if he somehow can't see that right hand doing what it used to do and it loses its magic, then there's nothing, ain't nothing he can do to him then. But if he can catch him with that right hand, because they don't have that big of a weight issue between the two of them, so that wouldn't be in his favor. So it would automatically make it a different fight. So he wouldn't be able to do some of the things he did to Tyson Fury. He wouldn't be able to do to him, and vice versa. But that would be a benefit for Wilder though, because everybody he fought is so much bigger than him. At that top level, Zhang was a damn monster. Fucking Tyson Fury and Joseph Parker, man. I don't know, man. But
Hey,
if he can get something together and get his mind right, and he really needs somebody in his corner that can talk to him, man. Or he doing this shit for nothing, in my opinion. He needs somebody that's going to clear up all the stuff and don't have him guessing. Because you can see him in there, especially when he was in there with Fury, man. He did a lot of that. He looked lost. You need somebody that can, when he get to that side, he got exactly what he need to tell him. Hey, this type of, and then he can just focus on that. But I don't know if he'll ever do something like that, man, because he don't pick guys like that in his corner, and I think that's one of the things that he's done wrong the most. I think you need a guy that's in there that's been there before, knows what it like in that heavyweight division. You keep getting guys like like Malik Scott. I thought all them videos and everything looked good at the workouts, but when they got in that fight, I saw the same shit. So that was no good. That was a waste of time.
do you know anything about the fight cards coming on tonight that's on ESPN?
I sure didn't know they had one. I sure didn't. Let me take a look at it.
ESPN knockouts. Byron Rodriguez. 10 rounds, super flyweight.
Oh, okay. Ortiz, Rodriguez, Christian Nelson, Jorge. Okay, this is
Oh, okay. They're saying he's a replacement, a last second replacement. Yeah, it's showing 3 fights tonight.
said Mexico City. So this is an all Latino fight card here.
Yes, sir.
Azteca. It's a big ass stadium they fighting in, the Azteca Stadium. Yeah, well, I guess that's something to look at. Something to look at there if they pop off. But there don't really no names that stick out. But sometimes you find a gem in there. And that's the beauty of boxing.
As of right now, it's the 6th round of the Nick Ball and Goodman fight in the 6th round.
Yeah.
So, any last predictions? You saying you want Dillian White up out of here?
Yeah, I want
You
him
got
up out of there. I want him up out of there, but I think you picked the rounds right. I think 7, 8 round. He gonna
so
get
hey,
he
round.
gonna get he gonna get stopped. But I guess there is a slight possibility it could happen earlier if this young buck is the real deal. If he is the Mike Tyson that they say, he'd get his ass out there early.
Right.
So we'll see. Hopefully he'll pass the test, man, and then we'll have somebody else in the heavyweight division to match up for future fights, man. Because we need some of that. We need some more American heavyweight fighters, though, man. What the hell is going on in America? Everybody want to play football, or basketball.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had got LeBron ass over at the damn gym, man. That could have been the difference.
Yes, sir.
Crazy.
Hey, let everybody know where they can catch you at, man.
Oh man, Black Star Sports TV on YouTube, man. Catch me on all social medias. Black Star Sports TV. Go ahead and subscribe to your boy. Help me out, man. Give me a couple more eyes and ears there. And check us out every Saturday on here with my brother Basement Boxing Talk, man. We be on here chopping it up, giving you the real deal on what's going on out here in the boxing streets.
Yes, sir. Hey, I appreciate my good brother Black Star Sports for coming out, man. I want everybody to support him, man. And I appreciate everybody that was in the chat. There was a few people in the chat today. Yeah, Gary Walker. We had G5 Gabe.
Yeah, homeboy Eric Walker.
Eric Walker.
Yeah, man. Shoot, who else we had? We had a nice bit come through here today.
Ken.
F.A. Kickman. Sir Ken, yes, sir. Can't forget the number one sub. That was the first sub I ever had. Me and Sir Ken. Who else was on? Oh, Behind the Hands TV.
Yep. Hand in Hands TV. Subscribe to his channel too.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, like I say, we one fight away from the main event, Dillian Whyte. And I'm both predicting Dillian Whyte gets stopped tonight.
Yeah.
And I thank everybody for tuning in, man. I want you to subscribe to the channel, man. Tell any and everybody about this channel, man. We just gonna straight give you whatever boxing content we can come up with, man, with the best ideas and thought out strategies. We ain't just up here just talking to be talking.
Yes, sir. And make sure you share this bad boy out and let everybody know about Saturday. Share it out when you come in through here on Saturday so that more people will, get the notifications and come through for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate you, I appreciate you, Black Star Sports TV, for coming through, man. I appreciate everybody in the audience for watching. Anybody, hit the subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. Let us know, man. Leave some comments. Let us know how you feel about the show, what we can do to better the show, and keep you in tune, man. Make you guys want to watch more. This your boy Basement Boxing Talk, man. We up out of here, man. Peace.
Salute.